All right, I've tried to make sure that you can see my screen pretty clear. Running a independent samples t-test with the statewide school district data here in my office on Friday, August 29th at 2:15 p.m. All right, we're gonna. If I talk a little slower, it's because I'm trying to use the mouse pad on an HP that has been given to me to actually get through this assignment. All right, let's see here. Here we go. We're going to click Analyze. Let me back up real quick and talk about the assignment itself and the assumptions, checking our assumptions. Before running a t-test, we need to assume that the assumptions are met. The two main assumptions are the enrollment data that the enrollment data is approximately normally distributed within each region and that the variance between groups are equal. For this assignment, we have been asked to assume that these conditions are satisfied as instructed. Okay, now let's get into running our independent sample t-test. When we get to run our test, we come to our toolbar up here, select Analyze, compare means and proportions. Not a one sample t-test, but an independent samples t-test here. And our test variable is enrollment in this case. We'd move it to the test variable box because it is the continuous variable we're comparing. Then for our grouping variable, it'd be our region. Now we have to, once we move it to the grouping variable, we have to define our groups. Zoom in a little bit. We have to define our groups, and our groups in this case are regions 1 and region. Let's find here 5. Sorry, regions 1 and region 5. Click Continue. Everything's set. Click OK. Now we have an output box that gives us our group statistics, gives us our independent sample t-test results as well. Now in our group statistics, it gives us both regions 1 and 5 mean and standard deviation. Then in our independent sample t-test, we're looking to determine the difference, if there's a significant difference, our p-value. Okay, and what we've been taught is that if it's less than 0.05, right here, then we can conclude that there's statistically significant difference in the district enrollment between regions 1 and 5. If it's greater than 0.05, we can conclude that there is no significant difference. Okay. All right, now let's wrap this thing up here. I'm talking about this test we just ran. This test allows us to compare the average district enrollment between regions 1 and 5 and determine if there's a statistically significant difference. Okay. This process also just helps demonstrate how we use SPSS. This video, rather, is to demonstrate how to use SPSS to perform that test. And thank you for watching this demonstration. My apologies. I am on the other side of this camera. I tried to use Zoom, and that was an epic fail. But we are here and performing the independent t-test using SPSS. And thank you for your time. This concludes the walkthrough to compare district enrollment between our two regions, regions 1 and regions 5. Have a great day.